Uh,
Sports God TV broadcasting from DC. Like and subscribe if you really trying to see me. Oh, what a feeling talking sports like religion. No cap over here, man. It's all about business. Share the content. Jump in the comments. Let's get it cracking. And just like my Washington Commanders did against the Giants when they swept the series, as far as my Week 9 picks go, we swept the board. 5-0. About to run through week number 9 picks. And I'm coming up with week number 10 predictions. Thank you guys for all the support to the channel as we continue to build a community here at Sports God TV where we talk sports like religion. Yeah, man, like I said, 5-0, straight sweep, no cap, ching ching, right? Houston versus the Jets. The Jets were then 2-6 versus the then 6-2 Houston Texans. And it was crazy. I was saying this in the video that I've never seen a team that had a losing record, whether they were home or away, that was actually favored versus the more superior team, so to speak. The Jets were 2.5-point favorites over the Houston Texans. And I have faith, just like the books knew something, I felt something at home that Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and those boys would put it all together. And they did absolutely that, as the New York Jets beat the Houston Texans minus the 2.5. Final score 21-13. And then we moved on to the Cowboys versus the Falcons. The Falcons were 3-point favorites versus the Cowboys, and I took the Falcons minus the 3 points. I felt really confident in what Kirk Cousins was going to do, and Kirk Cousins delivered with 3 touchdown passes versus the Dallas Cowboys, and pretty much put Dallas in a tremendous hole, and especially losing Dak Prescott could go on IR for 4 games. So their season looked like it's going down the drain. Then I moved to my Washington Commanders versus the Giants on the road. The Commanders were favored by 3.5. I took the money line. Now the score was 27-22, so taking the spread still would have been a good thing. But I took the money line with the Commanders. The Commanders rolled. Jaden Daniels came up big, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and have their best start since 1996, which is 28 years ago. Picture that. That's crazy, right? Then it was the Bears versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals was favored by 1.5. I took the Cardinals on that 1.5 spread. The Cardinals beat the Bears 29-9, and the Bears just pretty much looked they had the hangover from the Hail Mary game, as if they were the team that won. But then again, they showed up like the team that was on the other end, the losing end of that Hail Mary play, because they did not show up in Arizona. It's like they were still on Northwest Field in the DC area. And then it was the game of the week between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. The Packers were favored. The Lions were favored by 3, and I took the Lions on the spread, as the Lions beat the Packers 24-14. Pick 6 throw by Jordan Love with a bonehead decision that was to throw that pick 6, and it cost them, man. It cost them big time, and cost them a home win. And the Lions are the number 1 seed in the NFC, a half a game above my Washington Commanders, as the Lions roll to 7-1 on the year, with their only defeat is to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, moving on to week number 10, I'm going to select some games as I normally do. I start off with a Thursday night Amazon Prime game. You got a divisional game between the 4-5 Cincinnati Bengals and the 6-3 Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Bengals are 3-1 on the road. The Ravens are 3-1 at the crib. They just destroyed the Broncos. The Broncos had, according to all the metrics, they had one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the National Football League. And the Ravens put up 41 points on them. Do I expect the Ravens to put up another 40 piece? Hey, they did it 3 times this season already. Who knows? They are favored by 6 at home. The over and under is 52.5 points. That's a high total, probably one of the highest totals on the board this week. Joe Burrow, man, had an excellent game last week, man, tossing 5 touchdown passes. They always play a good game, but give me the Ravens, man. And I ain't scared to take the spread this time. Minus the 6. Give me the Ravens over the Cincinnati Bengals. Then we have, let me find another big game. You got the Broncos, 5-4 Broncos, who I just spoke about, that took that L the way that they did versus the Ravens versus the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. 8-0 total, 4-0 at the crib. Broncos are 3-2 on the road. KC is favored by 8 at home. The total is 41.5. This is always a tough game. Yes, it's easy to pick the Chiefs, but then again, at the same time, who knows what the Broncos may bring. Looking at that total at 41.5, I can easily see this total going under. I can see a 20 to 17 type of game easily. But at the same time, give me the over on the total 41.5. Then you got the 49ers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 49ers 4-4 on the season. The Bucs are 4-5. Baker Mayfield has been having a lights out year, a career year. The 49ers are expected to get Christian McCaffrey back, and that explains why the San Francisco 49ers are favored by 5.5 points on the road versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I expect McCaffrey to ignite the San Francisco 49ers right away with the multitude of things that he can do and he brings to that offense. Then you know you have a stud at running back as well to back McCaffrey up. And Mason, the Bucs, like I said, they are on my do not bet list. And I'm going to roll with the San Francisco 49ers on the spread in Tampa Bay. Then this game should be a game of the week. And it may get flexed. Right now, it's a 1 o'clock game. We're talking about, and it's on CBS, and we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, the 6-2 Pittsburgh Steelers versus my 7-2 Washington Commanders. Pittsburgh is 3-1 on the road. Commanders are 4-0 at the house. The Commanders are 3-point favorites at the crib. And you heard someone else was saying, sports analysis and all that. Analysts, I mean, speaking like, should the Commanders be favored by 3? Yeah, they're undefeated at the crib. Of course, they should be favored. That's where they play their best ball, at the crib. But at the same time, I can see this is going to be a tough contest. And my Commanders been bringing in that chalupa, man. You know what I'm saying? Favored by 3 at home. Total sitting at 45.5. I expect this to be a dogfight. I could easily see this game going under. But, hey, I'm going to roll with my Commanders, man. And this is not just a bet based on feeling and emotion, because when you're betting, you can't bet that way. But I think the Commanders been playing better ball. I think Russell Wilson, even though he has had a few good games, I don't think they always caught up to speed, and I think we catch them off guard. Give me the Commanders minus the 3 at home, at the crib, to stay undefeated. All right? And then you got a 4 o'clock kickoff. It would have been an important game, but now I must switch to this game, which is the Detroit Lions versus the Houston Texans. 7-1 Detroit Lions versus the Houston Texans. 63 Houston Texans. Now, Houston is 4-0 at home, but Detroit is 4-0 away. Detroit is 3.5-point favorites. I do not expect the Houston Texans to bounce back. I think Detroit is peaking and showing that they're the class of not only the NFC, but potentially of the whole league. Give me the Lions on the money line. Give me your thoughts and comments. Give me your picks in the comment section. Let's put something together where we can get a sweep together, man. I swept the board last week. Looking for another sweep this week. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Sports Guy TV, where we talk sports like religion. And I'm out. Until the next time.